Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is being safe and road safety. And before we get into any lessons, grade 2s, we know that we need to sanitize. So, we sanitize by rubbing inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we are going to be doing onsets and rhymes, maths, and reading. For our lesson, boys and girls, we are going to begin on page 9. On page 9, we are going to be doing blended sounds, but instead of putting words together, we're going to split them and call these onsets and rhymes. Now, I'm sure you're asking, Teacher Mutsa, what is an onset? Well, an onset is the beginning sound of a word, the one that we say just before a vowel sound. So, for example, we have the word cat. Now, we know in the word cat, we have k, a, t. So, in that case, our onset would be the sound k. And then the rhyme part, or whatever is left after the vowel, is our rhyme. So, we're going to do two parts of this exercise. The first one is asking us to draw a line to match the onset and the rhyme using the picture words. Then, the second one is asking us to break up these words and write the correct letters in the correct blocks. Let's try and do at least number 1 and a little bit of number 2 together. Now, the first thing that you can see is that I have letters that have been split. I have k and p. Then I have ig and ap. It's going to be our job to match according to the picture word that we can see. Now, I'm not very good at drawing, but I'm pretty sure you can see that this is a pig. So, we are going to look for the word pig and take the onset and the rhyme and put it together by drawing a line. Now, the word pig starts with a p. So, we know that we are going to be using this p. And then if we say p-ig, we can check, this says ap. That's not the sound we are looking for. So it must be ig. Now we can draw a line from our onset to our rhyme. And we have completed the first part. So go ahead and do the rest of number 1 by yourselves. Say it out loud like how I was saying it. Look at the letters, sound them out loud, and then the ones that are together, do the same so that you can find the correct partners for the onset and the rhyme to make a word. Now for number 2, we have been given words that we need to break up to onset and rhyme. The first word we've been given is cup. K-a-p. Now remember what we said, that an onset is the first sound that we hear or say before a vowel. Our vowel here is the vowel A. So that means that the first part of the word K is our onset. So we're going to go ahead and write K. And then whatever is after it is our rhyme. So we need to write up. And now we have separated it clearly. Cup will be split into K and A. That's how it is written. Let's do the next one. We have the word bug. Again, our vowel sound is here, the A sound. So that means our onset is the one before the vowel, which is the B. So we're going to write B. And then whatever is after B is our rhyme. So we need to write ugh. Now we have done the right thing. Our word bug has been split to B and ugh. Take your time with both of the exercises. Don't forget to draw neat lines to each of the onset and rhyme. And when you're done, double check your work to make sure it is correct. Have fun, and I'll see you after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
For our lesson now, boys and girls, let's all turn to page 10. On page 10, we are going to be doing mass. Now remember, mass is when we are dealing with how much things weigh. We are going to use the menu to add up the mass of each of the orders. Now instead of doing the ones that are already there, we're going to do one special one that is an example. And then after that, you will be able to do your own. Now, as you can see, each item here has its own mass. The apple juice is 7 kgs. The milk is 9 kgs. The candy cane is 5 kgs. The banana is 6 kgs. The cheeseburger is 10 kgs. The apple pie is 8 kgs. The soup is 7 kgs. The sandwich is 9 kgs. And the hot chocolate is 6 kgs. So, you're going to use the pictures of the order to add up the mass so that we can get the total. Let's take a look at the board. Now the ones we're going to use is the hot chocolate and the bananas. We are told in our exercise that the hot chocolate weighs 6 kgs. And then we are also told that the bananas weigh 6 kgs as well. So what we need to do is take the number that we've been given. And we say 6. But if you take the number alone, it's not correct. Remember, we are dealing with mass. So you need to say 6 kgs. That way, it will be correct. So we have 6 kgs for the hot chocolate. Now we need to write 6 kgs for the bananas. Remember to also make sure that your letters are the same size. And now we have formed a sum because we want to know how heavy 6 kgs plus 6 kgs is. That is the hot chocolate plus the bananas put together. So we say 6 kgs plus 6 kgs will give us an answer. Now you can use your fingers, you can use your counters, or even the number line. And I'm sure you will get the same answer. 6 kgs plus 6 kgs will give us 12 kgs. So we write our answer and not forget the K and the G. And now our exercise is complete. So the sum is showing exactly what is in the order. We now know that if you add the hot chocolate plus the bananas, that mass will equal to 12 kgs. So take your time with this exercise. It's actually quite fun, and make sure that you add up the correct order. Take a good look at how much each item weighs, and don't forget to put the K and the G for each of your sums. Have fun, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 10 different languages.
Now, boys and girls, let us end our exercise by doing a little bit of English on page 11. On page 11, we're going to be doing reading. It's going to be our job to read the hygiene rules and answer the questions below. Now, as you can see, the hygiene rules have been split into columns, so we're going to read each column. Let's begin with the one that says, wash your hands before. Wash your hands before you start cooking. Wash your hands after you have blown your nose. Wash your hands after you have been to the toilet. Make sure the working surface is kept clean and tidy. Wash any equipment that has fallen on the floor. Wash your hands after you have touched raw food. Wash your hands after you have touched the bin. Use a plastic spoon to taste your food. Throw away any food that has fallen on the floor. Make sure anything spilled on the floor is wiped up immediately. So these are our hygiene rules. And I'm telling you, these are really good rules. That way we can always stay safe, both in and outside our normal surroundings. So now that we have read our rules a first time, let us see what the questions say. Number 1 says, and remember we must read each question twice. What must you do if you spill something on the floor? What must you do if you spill something on the floor? Number 2 says, What do you do with food that has fallen on the floor? What do you do with food that has fallen on the floor? Number 3 says, when must you wash your hands? When must you wash your hands? They want you to write 3 sentences. Number 4 says, what spoon must you use to taste food? What spoon must you use to taste food? And number 5 says, write your own hygiene rule. Write your own hygiene rule. So now that we have read our questions, let's go back to the rules to try and see if we can find our answers. So keep your ears and your eyes wide open. Let's begin. Wash your hands before you start cooking. Wash your hands after you have blown your nose. Wash your hands after you have been to the toilet. Make sure the working surface is kept clean and tidy. Wash any equipment that has fallen on the floor. Wash your hands after you have touched raw food. Wash your hands after you have touched the bin. Use a plastic spoon to taste your food. Throw away any food that has fallen on the floor. Make sure anything spilled on the floor is wiped up immediately. So go ahead, boys and girls, and answer your questions. When you're making your sentences, please don't forget your capital letter and your full stop. Take your time with this one, and then when you are done with everything, read the hygiene rules again to make sure you've answered all the questions correctly. These rules, boys and girls, are very important. So I'd like to encourage you to make sure that you also follow these rules everywhere you go. Have fun, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Grade 2s, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I hope you had fun. I know I did. Remember, if you're not sure what to do, that's okay. You can ask an adult for help. But you need to finish your work by yourself. So now that we've done grade 2s, it's time to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we are trying to show the world how responsible we are. So sanitize as regularly as possible. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder though, I have not seen Zoshi the whole day. He said he was going to go and get us masks. Zoshi, are you back? Oh, there he is. Hello, Zoshi. So, from Zoshi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.